the Club World Cup is finally set. We know what groups and who's playing who.
That's right. After the Botafogo was the last team to make it in. Now they did the draw. Yes. We got the groups. And we could take a quick look at it.
We got some big ones going on.
Look, Inter Miami in Group A. It should be interesting with Palmeiras, with Porto,
absolutely.
Al-Ahly. A couple, as far as the MLS teams, Sounders are there with this is a ridiculous group for Group B. Sounders, Botafogo, Atletico Madrid,
and
Paris
PSG.
I'm worried for Stephen Fry right now.
I'm really worried.
I hope he's gonna be okay.
Y'all couldn't keep Rui Diaz for like a couple more weeks.
So this is gonna be exciting. After the Club World Cup, the first of its kind, this version of it, because normally the Club World Cup is the tournament it's what normally it's like 6 or 7 teams.
This is the first expanded tournament they're having.
Yeah, so this is going to be our first time getting a look at not only what the matchups are going to be like in this time, in the summer. It's going to be maybe a lead up to the World Cup in 2026. Right. That's also going to be in the US. So I'm looking forward to see not only how the clubs handle this, how fans handle this, but the players themselves, because we hear a lot of talk about the players are worried about the fixture congestion and all this other stuff. But I think what's going to happen, especially even after this draw, how can you not be a little amped up? Let's say you're the Sounders and you're going to be facing PSG, Atletico. Some of these players are like, yo, I have a good game against one of these teams.
That's
all of a sudden my phone is blowing up.
Maybe think about if you're a Boca Juniors player and you're playing against Bayern Munich and you start balling, or you play against Benfica. I mean, you never get to see teams play each other from across different conferences, really, or federations.
Or continents even.
Continents. Right? And now you're going to get to see that. Like, I never thought in my life we'd see Flamengo versus Borussia Dortmund. You know what I mean?
You try to...
My brain doesn't know how to quantify that. Chelsea versus Leon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
I guess that's Fluminense. Fluminense will be playing Borussia Dortmund. Flamengo will be playing Chelsea.
Yeah, dude.
Salzburg versus Real Madrid. Okay. Maybe you'll see that in the Champions League.
Uh-huh.
But will you see Pachuca versus Real Madrid?
So we got... It's one of those things where when you're watching or when you're playing, EAFC, and you're like, these two teams would never play against each other.
You play with a 3-star team and they just match you up with something random and you're like, bruh, I don't even think this team exists. You're going to get to have some of those opportunities in this. And that for me is kind of like the fun, Benfica versus Auckland. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to look, like you said, Chelsea against Leon. It's just, look, we know, the Liga MX homies and their fans, they're going to be excited too to just see these matchups, because normally you may sometimes see them at a summer friendly where these games will be
taking place in the US.
Exactly.
So typically when these teams play, like you're saying,
preseason,
you get the starters maybe towards the end of the match, or maybe not. A bunch of them didn't travel, bro. These are full squads.
So this is gonna be exciting. I mean, it's something that there's a lot of controversy here around it, and people obviously. I think with any sort of new tournament, there is that skepticism of just like, oh, why should I care? Right. But then once you watch it, you're like, I care. Suddenly, for some reason.
Also, the trophy looks so dope.
Okay, I don't think
it's like a spinning gyroscope. Is that what they call it?
Oh yeah, is this the one we're looking at right here? Yeah. Okay. We see Infantino and
that might not be the trophy. That actually might be the thing that held it. He has a key in his hand.
It looks like a proper trophy to me.
Maybe that is the trophy. It's hard to see because I don't remember those images being in the middle, but it's sort of like a round. It's like a large sort of plate.
B-roll team, put it in there.
Yeah, we'll add it in post.
But no, incredible stuff. So no, we're excited about it. Club World Cup coming next summer. There's not going to be a shortage of footy, to say the least. It's going to be plenty to go around. All right. Shout out to everybody watching on OneFootball. We are the Cooligans. If you're a fan, if you enjoyed this, go subscribe to the Cooligans on YouTube as well. Link is in the description. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Why don't you gently press it?
Okay, but I mean, Either approach is fine for us.
As long as it gets pressed.
All right. Cheers, everybody.